accompanying teachers and all guests.
And finally, to the stars of the show, all the incredible participants of the SheCodes Society Digital Leadership Academy.
Welcome to SheCodes Society Digital Leadership Academy from Highschool.
This program is a collaboration between BINUS University and Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia, funded by the British Council UK Alumni Social Action Grant.
We also want to thank our sponsors, PT Penerbit Erlangga and BINUS University International for supporting this event.
After 2 intense days of training, mentoring, and prototyping, today is the peak moment. Everyone's been waiting for this. It's the pitch meeting.
It is now time for the best speech from each class to step into the spotlight and present their innovative solutions.
However, before we move forward, we'd like to make a quick announcement. Everyone's safety is our priority.
In a moment, we'll be showing a short video about emergency procedures just in case.
Also, please note that there might be a scheduled fire drill during the day.
And if that happens, please don't panic and follow the steps given in the video and instructions from our team.
The fire. Evacuate immediately. In case of earthquake, stay calm and move away from windows, walls, and anything that could fall. Stay in the open central area. Drop to the ground and cover your head and neck with your arms. Do not run for the exits during the shaking. Once the shaking stops, assess your surroundings and evacuate calmly if needed, using the emergency exits as shown. Once outside, please gather at the assembly point in front of the admission building. Please do not re-enter the building until the all clear is given by school officials. Thank you for your attention. Let's enjoy today's event.
All right, everyone. So before we move on, I have some fantastic news for you.
Right outside of room B101, you'll find our amazing sponsor booths.
They're waiting to meet you and have some really great cool gifts for you to come.
Please note the operating hours.
The Erlangga booth is open for the whole day.
The BINUS International University booth is open during lunchtime only.
So make sure to drop by during your break. Thank you.
Stages our innovators are all ready.
But before we witness the future they've built, let us draw inspiration from the leaders who paved the way for this very moment.
It is with great pleasure that I invite our first keynote speaker, opening speech from Mr. George Halipos, Vice President of BINUS Higher Education.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan rahayu. Ms. Shejeros Garcia Gonzalez, BINUS School Education Director. Mr. Samarshah, British Council Country Director. Lecturers from Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia, Yogyakarta. Teachers and students from high schools in Jabodetabek, fellow BINUSians, and distinguished guests. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to BINUS School Serpong. We are proud to host this SheCodes Society competition for high school students by bringing together bright young women such as yourself to lead in STEM. This event aligns perfectly with our mission at BINUS to foster innovation and empower through global community development. The theme Driving change for education and equality aims to prepare a future generation defined by technology and artificial intelligence. It is essential that this future is built by everyone for everyone. We are not just looking to close a skill gap. We are seeking to unlock new perspectives and ideas that only a truly inclusive STEM community can provide. Within this room, I see the next generation of engineers, entrepreneurs, and leaders, and I'm confident in your ability to overcome the challenge. I hope that your dedication to this cause does not end after this event, but rather it carries forward to your future mindset and endeavors. My sincere thanks to the British Council, to BINUS University, to Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia, and industry mentors who have made this event possible. We are especially proud to partner with the British Council to showcase the innovation of our young generation, especially girls, as they work towards building a better world. Once again, welcome to BINUS, and we are excited to see the change that you will drive. Thank you, and best of luck to all participants.
Thank you so much, Mr. George Hadipuspito, for those powerful words and for championing this platform for young talent.
The vision for this academy was born from a powerful idea.
Now, let's hear from the driving force behind it. Please join me in welcoming the British Council Country Director, Mr. Samusia.
Thank you very much for that introduction. I feel a bit humbled to be the driving force behind it. Well, it's my organization, the Wonderful British Council, that's the driving force, and so I'm here with my colleague Uyong, who's standing at the back. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and especially Miss Sherry Rose from BINUS School, Mr. George from BINUS Higher Education, and colleagues from BINUS School, Serpong, and BINUS University, and also colleagues from Universitas Teknologi Digital Indonesia. It's a great pleasure for me to visit your school for the very first time, but this is actually the second event I've attended at SheCodes Society. I think last time George and I were together in BINUS in Senayan. So it's great to see how this project is gaining momentum. So I love that this is about winning STEM competition goes to high school, because you are the future, as George said. So it's great that we're starting earlier, so that you will grow up to become the inspiring leaders of the future. So my name is Samsha. I'm the British Council's Country Director for Indonesia and Director of Southeast Asia. Have you heard of the British Council? Yes. I hope so. So we are the UKC International Organization for Cultural Relations. So we do that through education, English language, arts and culture. So it's a great honor for me, on behalf of the British Council, to be with you all today at this very exciting event, which is about empowering future leaders in STEM through inclusivity, leadership, and digital innovation. Well, first of all, I must once again congratulate Ibu Nurul. Where she else is there? Okay. So our connection is because she is one of our most outstanding alumni UK, and she is the recipient of Alumni UK Social Action Grant 2025. So I've known Ibu Nurul for a number of years, I would say, and her dedication and leadership in bringing this initiative to life is really outstanding, and that's why we have awarded her with our Social Action Grant, and it's great for me to see the real impact of her work. Because at the British Council, we take great pride in seeing our UK alumni creating such meaningful impact in their communities. Ibu Nurul's project is a powerful example of how returning graduates from the UK can become agents of change using the knowledge, skills, and global perspectives they gained in the UK to address local challenges and inspire many others like yourself to do so. So I actually just got back from London last night. So I'm a bit jet lagged, if I'm honest with you. So this is, I think, about 3 a.m. in London. And the reason I was here is because I was accompanying the Vice Minister of Higher Education and Science and Technology, Professor Stella Christie, on her visit to the UK to attend the British Council Going Global Conference and also to meet a number of UK universities and the schools. And one thing that came out clearly from the visit is that how inspiring the UK alumni are and how we really want to work with them as the best ambassador for UK-Indonesia relationship, people like Ibu Nurul. So that's why it gives me great pleasure that this is the first thing I've done ever since I came back from London last night, literally. And as George said, I think the theme for the each competition today could not be more relevant, because around the world, we know that women remain underrepresented in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. According to UNESCO, women make up less than 35% of the world's researchers in STEM fields, and the figure is even lower in leadership and innovation roles. In Indonesia, studies show that while girls perform equally well as boys in science and maths at school, far fewer young women choose to pursue STEM-related university programs or careers. So as you can see, there's a real gap that we need to fill. And this is not due to lack of talent or interest, just by looking at many of you in this room, but often because of a confidence gap, limited access to technology and societal expectations that discourage women from pursuing technical or leadership roles. So that's why the SheCodes Society Digital Leadership Academy is a wonderful example of how we can make a difference by empowering people like you, high school girls and teachers, to gain confidence, develop leadership skills, and explore opportunities instead. It builds not only technical skills, but through competition like this, it's also about building your self-belief, confidence, mentorship network, and pathways to future careers. So at the British Council, we remain committed to advancing gender equality and digital inclusion, enabling young people like you, especially women and girls, to participate fully in the future of work and innovation. Through programs like this one, and also skills for inclusive digital participation or our Women in STEM scholarships, we continue to build platforms that connect people, share knowledge, and create a positive social impact, and make sure no one is left behind. So to all the students joining us today, especially the young women in the room who will do the pitching very soon, I want to say this: you are indeed the future of Indonesia's innovation and progress. The skills, well, congratulations. And remember that you do have important responsibility for your community and for your country. And the skills you are developing through competitions like this include coding, problem solving, teamwork, leadership. As you can see, these are not just technical skills. They are the keys to unlocking opportunities for jobs in the future, and also for you to make a real difference in the future for your community and your country. So I encourage all of you to dream big and dream bold. Consider study abroad afterwards. I was learning from Ms. Cherry Rose that actually many of you go abroad after you graduate from BINUS school. So perhaps I would encourage you to go to the UK, where you would explore the world-class STEM programs, engage with diverse global communities, and develop new perspectives like Ibu Nurul. So when you return home, you can bring that knowledge and passion back to Indonesia, just as Ibu Nurul has done, and your expertise can really help drive solutions to some of this country's biggest challenges and biggest challenge of the world, from sustainable technology to digital inclusion. So in closing, I want to thank Ibu Nurul and her team again for their dedication for this wonderful initiative. I want to thank BINUS School Serpong, BINUS University, for hosting us, and to all of you, the students and teachers, for your enthusiasm, your dedication, your commitment to empowering women in STEM. At the British Council, we stay fully committed and honoured to support initiatives like this SheCodes Society that embodies the spirit of collaboration between the UK and Indonesia, where knowledge, innovation and inclusion come together to shape a better future for all. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Samarsia, for your big support of our vision and for making this dream a reality.
Your words are the perfect launchpad for our pitches.
Please remain on stage. We are now pleased to present the certificate of appreciation.
To the honors, I would like to invite again Mr. George Haripustito, Vice President of BINUS Higher Education.
It's the time for a new photo with our distinguished guest. Please everyone come forward to take pictures after they take a picture.
Thank you for the support from the British Council. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Now, everyone.
Please everyone come forward to take a picture.
So when we come back, maybe 5 years, 10 years, it'll be more people.
No, it's really good. It's practically inspiring them. So well done.
Yes, you are. There's two pills. They run your vision. Oh, okay.
Okay, now students, please come up.
You can buy things. It takes me a while to get up.
Now, your moment.
The distinguished judges, Mr. Auntie, Mr. Enrico, Mr. Chow, and Mr. Coimbra, please take a seat in front.
Honorable speech, I invite you to make your final preparations.
Please ensure your presentation files and notepads are ready. The spotlight awaits for you.
All right, everyone, entering the main event, the final pitching competition.
The four finalist teams will present one by one, with 5 minutes for pitching and 10-minute question and answer session, with a panel of judges consisting of teachers and lecturers, industry professionals, and government representatives.
So let's welcome the first team, Group 2 from BINUS Serpong. Go ahead, Okay, now imagine two students who have the same passion for technology, but only one of them can afford laptops and courses to pursue it. Is talent really enough when access isn't? Hi everyone, we're from Group 2. My name is Libby. My name is Emily. My name is Hillary. My name is Bella. And my name is Kira. And we're from BINUS Serpong. Okay, so we did an interview and we interviewed 8 interviewees, and they all agreed that the access to technology was still unequal, especially to public schools. They all agreed that eager students were held back due to financial problems and also limited school supplies. In Bangalore, there are clear gaps in STEM opportunities. While students have more access to technology and extracurricular programs, while lower-income students often lack the resources and the exposure. This economic divide makes it harder for them to make the STEM portfolio early on, ensuring that STEM opportunities are privileged for the higher income families. Next slide. But wait, do you guys think there's something missing? What is it? The problem is to define the problem, we have used the How Might We framework. How might we enable students from underfunded schools in Tangerang to gain equal and affordable access to STEM learning experiences so that they can develop confidence in technology and pursue future opportunities in STEM fields? In 2023 itself, 40% of schools still lack technology and resources, hindering their possible STEM careers. These statistics, along with our interview findings, prove that while private schools have the resources, they often take it for granted. However, public schools can only dream of having the same opportunity. With problem comes a solution. Throughout our discussion yesterday, we have came up with several solutions, such as bringing mobile STEM labs or buses to schools with fewer resources, or giving the needed laptops or learning kits to others to low-income schools. And from all these possible solutions, we created one big idea. What is it called, guys? Road to STEM! Our project, Road to STEM, is basically a mobile innovation lab on wheels.
It's a bus that travels through various public schools in Tangerang, especially those that don't have easy access to technology. Inside, students can try hands-on STEM activities, experiment with AI learning kits, and they can also learn directly from our student volunteer mentors. As for the mentors, in the bus there will be 5 mentors. The mentors will be students volunteering from BINUS school Serpong, and as statistics prove that men make 65% of the STEM workforce, we'll be prioritizing female mentors to further empower students to take part in our program. Furthermore, we'll ensure that they'll be qualified enough, and this will be assessed through their grades, which needs to be an 80 or above to ensure that they have the ability to maintain both school life and being in our program. Now, how will our mechanism work exactly? Come and follow us on our short animation video to find out how. But please note that this is only the mechanism for the testing phase and is still subject to changes. To start, we will be visiting 2 schools in Tangerang in collaboration with BINUS Serpong Student Council Program, Adopt the School. In the span of 3 months, we will be visiting 2 schools weekly, which will alternate, which means on week A, we will visit school A, and week B, we will visit school B. We will dedicate 1 day for each grade in high school, which means the first week will be for grade 10s, the second week will be for grade 11s, and the third week will be for grade 12s. Through these STEM workshops, there will be 1 hour and 30 minutes for each class to learn robotics, basic coding, and engineering. Students can choose to either do hands-on activities with the facilities provided or ask questions to our talented mentors and AI services. Now, this is what the inside of the bus might potentially look like. First, you have the modular learning pods right over here, which are foldable workstations with laptops and Arduino-based kits where students can learn coding, robotics, and problem solving and design thinking. Next, we have the offline AI tutor in the middle, which is an offline AI chatbot that is linked to the local server, and it can help students learn coding and problem solving without needing the internet access, which is perfect for areas with unstable connectivity. Lastly, we have the MiniSem Expo, where every school that we have workshops with will visit at the end, and they will have their prototype set up there. Okay, and the last step is testing. Since this is a program, it is prone to errors. So every X session, end of the session, we will evaluate and reflect to see what we can improve on the future. And thank you, everyone. We had such a great time and experience with it. And don't forget, bring the staff. Bye, Claudia. Hello. Okay, so up next, we would like to invite the next group. How did this first before we move on to the next one? Do you have any feedback or opinions?
Congratulations on the presentation. I think it's very impressive and inspirational. And I have a few questions regarding the impact of the program that you proposed. I have 3 questions actually. Number 1 would be, since you're targeting schools in Tangerang, how many schools do you think need assistance? And second is, how much do you think we will need in order to execute the program, at least the prototype or proof of concept? And then number 3 would be, who do you think will support this program? Or how are you going to get funds to start this program? Thank you.
Okay, so to start off with how many schools we're going to start with, we're going to collaborate with IC from BINUS School Serpong. We have a program that's called Adopt a School, where basically we adopt 1 school first for 1 day, and then we interact with them, we teach them a bunch of topics,
So what we're going to do is we're going to follow those goals. We have SMP, SMA Palandahan, and also Hassania. We're going to start with that. We're going to start with 2 schools first so we can habitually check and also look at the progress of our project. And afterwards, we're going to try to expand from Tangerang. Maybe we can go to Jakarta and also potentially the whole greater Jakarta area. Does that answer your question? Thank you. And I would like to add on for the second question, how we gain funds. We plan to collaborate with BINUS School Serpong collaborations, which is with Apple for our devices and our technology. And we can also collaborate with the Bluebird group to rent a car for now, but we can then extend it to a bus. Does that answer your question? Yeah, and additional, so in the past, BINUS has also collaborated with Samsung and HP. So for the technological aspects, I think we already got that. And Bluebird for the buses, and also we have a company called Erlanga. So for like the content, if we need to do in social media, we can also ask for their help. Sorry.
How much do you think yes.
So for now, since we're only starting 2 schools, we're planning on only doing 1 bus, 1 prototype, and they will take turn every week. So week A, school A, week B, school B. So it's back and forth for around 6 months, 4 to 6 months, 6 months, sorry. And then after that, once we get more funding, then we can get more of the prototype. But for now, we're only doing 1.
I will continue with that questions, yeah, because this is a great idea, I think. And me as a representative from from the telco industry, maybe you can approach the telco operator because you need the digital connectivity, right? So you can get the internet connection from their support because they can provide a modem, Wi-Fi modem. So the students in that school can connect to the Wi-Fi during the event that you handle in that school. I think that's a great idea.
Oke, ya, intinya sangat menarik untuk mendampingi ya, seperti dia di pendampingan. Saya hanya tertarik melihat dari sisi efektivitas. Tadi kalau harus datang ke lokasi ya seperti itu. Saya melihat dari sisi efektivitas apakah sudah bisa semacam dihitung atau dipertimbangkan dari sisi efektivitas kita datang langsung ke lokasi atau mungkin kita menggunakan metode yang lain atau seperti apa begitu. Itu aja. Terima kasih.
Sorry, can I answer in English? Okay, so for the effectivity, we will be driving the buses to the schools. So we will have the buses parked outside of the school, and it will have electric buses so that we don't waste fuel, and it will be charged instead. So after we park the buses outside of the school, the students can take turns for each class to go inside the bus and also get tutoring programs. Can I also add on? So because this is a public school, in each class there might be a lot of people. So the time allotment is 1.5 hours. For 45 minutes, half of the class will be in the bus and the other half will be outside mentoring and getting tutored. And then for the next 45 minutes, they will switch. So everyone gets the same experience. Furthermore, if the school doesn't have a field big enough for the students to for our program to be at and the students to participate in, we will be bringing the students to another place that will be further discussed. Near the school though. Does that answer your question? Thank you, Daniel. Thanks, everyone. Time for the second case. Group C, Sekolah Pelita Harapan Sentul. Please come up.
Five, only 66 Nobel Prizes are given to women, but the rest, which is 960, are given to men. Even with so many opportunities, the number of girls who actually pursue STEM careers still remain low. Hello everyone, we're students from Askahan Central City, and today we will be discussing our solutions to these problems. First, I want to ask you guys, have you ever felt like you really want to pursue a STEM career? You felt this way. I don't know how to start. My portfolio is bad. I don't know who will guide me. I don't know which STEM career is the best for me. And if you felt that way, you are not alone because we are serving around the school and they all felt the same. Next slide. Next slide. Oh, sorry. Why not? Okay, but don't worry, we are here to solve your problem. We have a website called the STEM Room website. That is a website that will solve your problem so you don't have to worry about your problems the next day. It is accessible for everyone, not only for those who are in a higher economic range, but with all backgrounds and all economic backgrounds. And sorry, go back. And it is personalized for each person. Move on to the step number 1, which is know yourself. Basically, these features help the users to identify the areas that they're passionate in by asking questions and by the answers, by asking questions, and it will provide the career suggestions based on the user's answers.
Can we use your laptop?
Are given to women, but the rest, which is 960, are given to men. Even with so many opportunities, the number of girls who actually pursue in STEM careers still remain low.
Hello everyone, we're students from Espanola Central City, and today we will be discussing our solutions to these problems. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you felt like you want to pursue your STEM career, but you felt this way? I don't have anyone to guide me. I don't have any skills or background to start. I don't know what kind of STEM skills would fit the best for me, or this and that connects you to pursue a STEM career. Well, if you felt this way, you are not alone. We have been surveying the whole school, and they all felt the same. But don't worry, we are here to solve your problem so that you don't have to worry about your problem tomorrow. We have the sample website, which is accessible for everyone, no matter their economic backgrounds, no matter their age, and their overall background. And what's special is it's personalized for each person. Move on to the step number 1, which is know yourself. These features help the users to identify the areas that their passion is. Based on the answers, it will give the career suggestions regarding to the STEM action. Next we have is explore careers. This feature allows the user to explore careers and that correlates with STEM. Also, they will be able to look at their statistics, the growth rate, and salary range, and more. Also, they will be able to look at what they'll actually do in the career and how to start on it. Furthermore, our Real Talk page. Our Real Talk page allows the user to talk about their most common concerns regarding STEM careers and consult them all at once. Moreover, this feature then affords the user numerous options of job availability in multiple workplaces that matches with their STEM personality. This feature shares about articles and short videos about women in STEM from Indonesia and all over the world, showing how they manage their time, about their work, and their personal life. Their stories and advices can inspire people to stay motivated and prove that women in STEM can succeed while keeping a balanced, happy life. Move on to the step number 4, Bloomboot. Bloomboot is an AI-powered that helps users to navigate their STEM journey by asking questions, giving personalized advice, and offering quick access to common topics like coding, career paths, and confidence building, and also scholarships. It also provides instant support and guidance, making it easier to users to find the information that they need. Next part. It's my favorite part where you can help build your portfolio. First, you will be redirected to sites if you want to learn new skills. For example, if you want to learn coding, then it will redirect you to sites that will help you learn Python. And then you can also find competitions or events or seminars that could help build your portfolio by just searching a city and it will all appear.
And lastly, it will show your portfolio progress, like how many competitions you've joined, what skills you've learned, and what skills you select in, and then you can improve your portfolio so that you can thrive in your future STEM career. Our last feature is the Q&A sessions. So people can ask questions anonymously and can get the answers from women experts that is working in STEM. We can start to make the welcoming space so that people can share their stories and also learn something new and also can feel even more supported in their STEM journey. So, in short, do girls struggle to find their true passion in STEM? Yeah! And STEM will help them discover all of this all through our Know Yourself test. Next, do girls need help and guidance with discovering their STEM path? Yeah! And STEM will help them by showing real-life STEM success stories, job salaries, and work-life balance. Last but not least, do girls want to grow and thrive their experience in STEM? Yes! And our portfolio builder will help them by tracking their progress, helping them learn, grow, and join competitions. Together, let's help girls build their STEM. Thank you! Thank you very much. So now I would like to take it to the judges for any inquiry.
First of all, congrats for the idea because this is also great. How do you target this website and do you calculate how many subscribers or followers who will join this website and how do you monetize this website in the future? Because you cannot run this kind of website without money, right? So you have to monetize it. How do you plan to monetize it?
So we're planning to collaborate with NGOs, like for example, in our school we have NGO called San Diego, where they will like go to rural areas and they will introduce them to our website. We can also collaborate with like school counselors, like in our school we have career counselors. We can collaborate with them so they can like tell them about this website, and then when we make the website, we can actually see the activity, like how many people engage, how many people visited the website. So from that, we can see how the website grow and how effective is it. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. I have one question and one feedback. So the first question would be, why choose website over app?
We believe that websites are more accessible to everybody compared to apps, especially because apps can consume storage and not everyone has equal access and opportunity with cellular devices. Websites are more easily accessible to schools, especially in public schools and other rural areas like that, which is why we decided to establish a platform which is in the shape of a website and not an application. Also, we believe that websites are more doesn't consume that much financial incomes, especially because we are still students and we will collaborate with organizations from our school. Whereas developing a software like an application will take up a lot more income compared to websites. Thank you. Can I add on to that? So even though it is a website, it's still gonna save your data. So even though you visit the website the second time, you still have the data from before, and you can still like see the portfolio progress, and they will save your data and still give you the feedback based on your test.
Thank you. That leads me to the feedback. So since you are all students, and I think you are more familiar with schools, high school probably. So I think your target audience or target market is too wide because your first feature, second feature, and fifth feature is targeted towards career. And I don't think high school students are looking at careers that early, right? So I think you should focus on, you mentioned scholarships, trainings, right? I think you should focus on that and make your app more specific so it can create more impact towards the target audience.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oke, terima kasih untuk presentasinya. Menarik sekali idenya ini jadi istilahnya pendampingan karir ya sampai dengan. Cuma ada satu pertanyaan, apakah pendampingannya akan selesai setelah mendapatkan atau tercapai, setelah itu terus bagaimana? Jadi misal satu orang saya butuh pendampingan, saya gunakan website ini dan setelah saya tercapai, setelah itu terus bagaimana? Apakah ada lanjutan dan seterusnya seperti itu?
Mereka sampai tercapai udah selesai semuanya, they can possibly be our mentors for this website. So there's a Q&A section, right? And the Q&A section, usually we want mentors to answer them. And then if they already succeed with this website, they already have the experience, right? And maybe they all, the mentors felt the same when they were just like using the website. So that expert mentors can help the students that are still using the website to answer the questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So now for the third group, group 3 from BINUS School Singapore, please welcome. Subjects, yet only 1/3 of them end up pursuing STEM later in life. The problem was never about accessibility, but rather it's about how STEM is presented. And it's presented as a subject catered towards the male audience. Hi everyone, we're the Serpong today. I'm Aliva. I'm Megan. I'm Dennis. I'm Caitlin. And I'm Anishka. Look, there's an obvious lack of representation of women in the STEM workforce. Look at this robotics competition. Male participants, not a female in sight. Look at the STEM workforce. Only 35% of them are females. Paired with the obvious lack of female role models in STEM, there's also a lack of STEM-related toys catered towards young females. Look at this screenshot. It's from the Hour of Code website. You can see Transformers, Star Wars, Minecraft, games and themes that makes you think about the male audience rather than the female audience. And this is what our project aims to solve.
So I want you to empathize for a moment. Imagine yourself as a second grade girl, and you're in science class. Out of boredom, you look at the classroom walls, and you see pictures and posters of people like Einstein, Edison, Newton, another guy, another guy, another guy. Where are the girls?
So we conducted a survey among second and fourth grader young girls, and we found out that 95% of them recognize male STEM role models compared to female. On the other hand, when asking them if they would like to participate in STEM activities, we found that more than 65% of them didn't have any exposure, showing the lack of opportunities for young girls in STEM. Next slide. The issues that we witnessed was number 1, a lack of representation. Number 2, gender stereotypes. And 3, STEM learning tools targeted towards boys. All of this falls under one overarching issue, which is social conditioning. Essentially, what this boils down to is the games that we played with, the movies that we watched, and the toys that we played with as young children, which help us perceive the realities of the world. This is all under one defining problem, which is a lack of engaging learning tools which cater to young girls to teach them how to code. Let's move on to the ideation phase, which is when we thought of ideas such as websites or games that would further help to solve this issue. Next slide. We finally decided on a dress-up game targeting female primary school students that teaches them how to code.
So this is our project, Hello Everyone. So once you start the game, we have beautiful visuals explaining what coding and Python is. And by the way, all the assets in this game are drawn by us. So once you finish the introduction to this game, you'll be seeing a lot of gameplay explaining what coding and Python is, again, all made by us. So basically the main gameplay function of this game we created is to introduce young girls to coding by introducing the four main pillars, which is coding, which is variables, looping, printing, and conditionals. So for example, if you want to choose a different hair, you can print brown ponytail and look, brown ponytail. So that's the main UI of our game. So you also get a lot of active learning stuff. So for example, we ask you to choose the right commands, which is obviously that one. And these are some hair prototypes that we designed ourselves. So we'll also be asked to do to learn variables through different alpha combinations that we all designed, such as this and this. I'll be learning conditionals through footwear, such as if it's rainy, then we'll print rain boots. If it's not, we'll print Mary Janes. And finally, we'll be learning looping through accessories. For example, you want to print 3 accessories, then set a range, and wow, 3 accessories.
Okay, so now we're ready to hit the runway. So this is the second stage of the game, which we created, and it is created in Unity. So in the first stage of the game, we learned the main pillars of coding, and the second stage, we will further reinforce these by asking numerous questions. So this is the main concept of our game. So that is the main player character, which you can walk around and concept. So for example, this room over here represents printing, and in order to remove obstacles, you'll have to answer questions about the syntax of printing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And now for the judges for any feedback or inquiries.
Good idea. But how do you think this will give the interesting point to the audience? Did you held any FGD, maybe mini survey? How many young women will love this idea that the game is actually?
Okay, so when we conducted a survey like shown before, we conducted it among second and fourth grade girls. One of the things you will notice is everything is very pink and everything is meant to be centered around the dress up. This is essentially because our target audience chose pink and they chose the fact that they wanted to dress up and they wanted to choose their clothes and their hair because we wanted to implement this because we felt that that would lead to the solution being much more intimate, comforting, and personal for our audience to make them feel seen and recognized in the challenging world of STEM.
We also did some market research on the trends of dress-up games, as seen here, and it shows that the global market share of dress-up games have been increasing over time. So we find that we can actually find a suitable target audience for this game.
Okay, one more feedback from me. Maybe you can put encouragement, what is it, quotes or anything to be added after the user has finished one part of the game cycle.
For me, I have one question and one reference. So the question is, why are you targeting children 6 to 10 years old, and why not like high school students, for example, who can actually be practical after they learn this coding skill.
Okay, so this boils down to the fact that the problem we're trying to solve is social conditioning. The problem is that from a young age, girls are seen as unable to conquer the world of STEM, which is absolutely not true. And one of the ways we want to redefine this problem is through incorporating a lot of things in our game. So the reason we chose it is number one, the survey, and number two, we wanted to redefine how pink exists in the world of STEM, because instead absolutely coexist with each other. These young children should be able to have games where they can be equally smart and make a difference in the world. Additionally, we find that, like to add on to what my Helena said, children are inspired for their careers at a young age. You see your mother, your father, maybe they are an engineer or a businesswoman, and you want to be just like the role models around you when you're young, which is why we target younger children rather than high school students who probably already has a set career path in mind. So that's why we feel like it's more impressionable for us to educate young girls rather than older females who already has maybe they want to do fashion design rather than STEM. Are there any other questions? Sorry, yeah, this is just to add that we're not trying to force them or anything. This is just to provide a wider range for them to see the options before they're at an age where they can make that decision. So like she said.
We also find that people who are younger have higher neuroplasticity, so they can absorb information better. Like me personally, like I learned coding when I was pretty young, and it's still like stuck in my brain. So we find that children who are younger can also learn more effectively, and it will make our products have greater impact on society.
I think your perspectives are very interesting, and actually I hope to see that you guys continue to work on this project. And if you want to continue this project, I think you will benefit from referencing one coding game. I think it's called Crypto Zombies, and it teaches solidity for blockchain programming. I think it's very interesting for you to. Thank you.
Menarik untuk idenya, satu pertanyaan. Bagaimana untuk merealisasikan ide yang kalian sampaikan?
So we, like I've seen before, we made our game in Unity, which is a game engine, and we also like implemented some parts of the code, like the player movements. Like it's not completely finished, but this is just the progress that we made in a few days' time. And if we have even more time, if we have even more budget, we can further expand on our project.
And how we will fund our budget, as seen in there, the monetization, we will source our funding from like ads, in-game ads, crowdfunding, microtransactions.
Thank you very much. Now for the next group will be group 12 from SFAG and Itumima. Please come forward.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To the honorable judges and my fellow innovators. Did you know, according to the UNESCO, 1 in 3 students in the worldwide has experienced a gender-based bullying. Yeah. And that is really, really sad. Imagine this. What really loves technology world, like robotics and programming. But every time she joins the club, people say things like, girls don't do tech. Girls are not supposed to be here. She stops coming and no one noticed. Audrey's story is not unique. Many students have feel the same. All they need is empathy, not judgment. Schools may already try to help through counseling sessions or feedback forms, but sometimes those solutions feel way too formal, not anonymous, and don't always feel emotionally safe. So this is our solution. It's called BINUS, a digital ecosystem powered by AI and empathy. Lumen is supported by counseling or Becca. It can help counselor understand students without privacy boundaries, and also schools build an inclusive and caring culture that focuses on students' mental health. How it is work? The first is student. Students can use the app to reflect on their feelings, chat, or ask for support whenever they need it. The second one is AI empathy engine. The AI analyzes emotion, patterns, and signs of stress to understand how students are doing. The third one is counselors. Counselors can see overall classroom trends and decide early warning signs if someone might need support. And the last one is school action. Based on the insight, school can create supportive programs like Mindful Monday or Equality Week to build a safer and kinder school environment. Now, we want to show you our prototype, which is an application called Lumine. And if you want to try the application too, you can scan this barcode right here. Okay, now let's start with the login page. You can click Get Started. And when you start open Lumine, you can choose between continue as a student or a counselor. First, we will continue as a student first. Now, let's move to the first menu, What Canvas. In here, students can express their everyday feelings by choosing between 5 images, which from very happy or very sad. And they can also add daily notes and tell how they feel about daily. The student also can set in whether it's anonymous mode or not. And after students fill the what canvas, there will also one weekly chart. There's students can visualize how they've been feel for a week. Now let's talk about Merchant, or also known as AI empathy buddy. When students open it, they can choose 3 modes. The first mode is just listen, where it's the AI listening our feelings, our thoughts without any justice. And the second one is how we reflect, which is help us to think deeper about our emotional and understand ourselves better. And the third one is it's deeply hope, where is the AI send us a message, a positive message when you feel sad or maybe stressed. We also have some more features that maybe we cannot talk about right now because our time is up, but we will show you how the features look. Next one, we have emergency help. Wait, not yet. Emergency help, it looks like this. And next, back. We have the Go Garden feature. Back. We have the talent compass feature, and also we have the feature for the counselors. Counselors. So this is the feature for the counselors. There are emotions, insights, alerts, and actions. Now, before we end our presentation, I would like to tell you a quote. When technology meets empathy, schools not only become smart, but it's truly human. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I have maybe one or two questions. So the first one is, will this program or will this website be initiated by the school, or is this an independent platform that you create and then you onboard schools or counselors to use? Which one? So is this a school program or is this an independent program?
This is an independent program of us that I think we will use it on school as well.
Okay. So since schools will adopt this program use for the students, the question would be, have you yourselves, I'm not sure if it doesn't have to be all, but have any of you tried counseling with your school counselors?
Well, me and her have tried to counsel about universities with our teachers.
Okay, but what about depression, feelings, moods? Have you ever tried to consult on that?
So she said that she has tell the counselor that she's trying with stress because of the cryotristomia that we are making right now. So yeah, let's try that.
Okay. So because based on my observation as a person, I think that feelings, depression, problems are mostly personal, and it will be quite difficult for people to actually express in platforms, especially to someone that is not very close to you. So if you expect the students to input their mood, their feelings, their problems in this platform, I'm not sure whether they will input their honest feelings. So maybe there's something that you need to think about. How would you create an environment where someone can be honest about their feelings without having to worry that this person will judge me, right? But I saw that you also mentioned privacy, so you can be anonymous.
Yeah.
But still, you know that in the back end, it will be your school counselor, right? So maybe that is something that you need to try to figure out. Whether probably you can use outside counselors, someone that's really not connected to you. Maybe that can be more objective. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oke, pertanyaannya sih, kalau misalnya anak-anak sekarang gitu ya, mereka sedemikian terbukanya kan untuk mengemukakan tadi perasaan, atau mungkin kalau misalnya feedback dari saya, mungkin pertanyaannya itu bukan hanya misalnya apakah kamu happy hari ini atau kamu lagi sedih atau depresi, tapi mungkin bikin pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang kita atau AI machine learning bisa membaca dari situ mood dia sebenarnya seperti apa. Gitu mungkin pertanyaannya buat yang lebih menarik instead of langsung direct nanya perasaan. Kayak gitu sih mungkin. Oke.
Thank you.
Masukan dari mungkin apa? Saya sering berhadapan dengan teman-teman dari guru, biasanya begitu melakukan sholat di situ dan karena ada problemnya ini dengan keengganan menggunakan teknologi. Salah satu pertanyaannya adalah bagaimana meyakinkan Pak begini. Tadi ini independen ya. Oke, bagaimana semua meyakinkan Bapak Ibu gurunya konseling untuk bisa menggunakan itu, juga menggunakan itu. Itu juga.
Oke, baik. Jadi untuk meyakinkannya, kita akan melakukan sebuah sosialisasi. Jadi kita akan memperkenalkan aplikasi ini ke lingkup sekolah. Dan dalam implementasian, kami akan mendampingi siswa, guru, dan konselor yang ingin menggunakan aplikasi ini.
Ya, baik, terima kasih. Dan ada tambahan?
Untuk ini, sepertinya kalau di sekolah kami akan mudah mengimplementasikannya. Karena sebelumnya kami sudah pernah mengimplementasikan teknologi pada kantin kami ya, kantin digital. Jadi karena sudah pernah, saya rasa sekolah udah terbiasa mungkin.
Ya, oke. Mungkin sedikit beberapa daerah sekolah yang ada di daerah perkotaan seperti ini mungkin akan jadi mudah begitu, tapi untuk beberapa yang di tempat yang lain itu akan sulit dan ternyata lebih banyak kejadian itu di sana. Dan mungkin masukan juga untuk kedepannya mungkin tadi arahnya ke ibu ya, dan mungkin tidak hanya sekedar itu untuk sampaikan hal yang lain bahwa makanya yang paling lagi dan mungkin juga tidak sekedar budi, kemudian ada kasus-kasus yang lain yang dimana korban tidak bisa bercerita langsung ke guru. Jadi saya mengalami belum lama ini mengalami di kampus yang seperti itu, dia hanya menangis di ruangan dan tidak ada tempat bercerita. Itu ini salah satu solusi. Cuma mungkin tadi lebih dari setahun lagi dari budi mungkin membuat kekerasan yang lain seperti itu. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Devin. Thank you very much. Now we would like to come forward for the last team, Group 5 from the School.
The science lab? No, absolutely not. Science is too dangerous. And all those chemicals.
But Miss Shen's is really great at lab work. I want to be a scientist.
Well, why don't you just join the choir club? It's safe, it's near, and besides, science is usually for boys anyways. It gets too competitive.
But too dangerous for girls? Absolutely not. The biggest danger here athletic and outdated stereotypes top of their mind. So Anna, go sign up. Okay, we need to stop equating gender equality. We need to talk about the invisible barriers. Good morning, fellow judges, teachers, and friends. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Faisa, and this is Falcon, Jocelyn, Angel, and Peggy. So let us begin our presentation. To begin this presentation, allow me to guide you guys through our empathy. So we interviewed our user, who we call the boss, called Futria, a mother of two daughters that represents parents who are still hesitant to let their daughters to pursue STEM-related careers. Now, from what she heard, society often believes that boys are way more suitable than girls in STEM careers. And she's heard negative stories about how girls face challenges or even risks in these careers. Now, the user, as a parent, sees that women working in STEM fields are really dangerous, and she is afraid to let her daughters work in STEM fields because it may cause safety hazards, and she sees girls as a more feminine and clumsy human being. She also needs her daughters to work in a safe and a more supervised area. Now, in terms of what she thinks and feels, she really thinks STEM is too dangerous for girls, even though she has not experienced it herself. So, because of that, she needs clear safety guidelines to guide her daughters while they are doing these STEM activities. What the user as a parent would do, that she would encourage her daughters to not work in STEM fields, but work in an office or a closed space area. So Future's main pain point is fear. Fear that her daughters might get hurt or face uncertainties while doing these careers. And the gain that we can gain from this empathy map is the increase of participation of women in STEM field and also the increase in safety for women while working in STEM field. So from the information that we got from the empathy map earlier, we conducted a pyramid principle, in which first we found out some facts that we got from our interview. Then we discussed and came up with two problems in which we found out that a lot of girls actually end up being a housewife or pursuing a non-STEM related career. Additionally, we also found out that girls have a higher risk of getting injured while they work in STEM related activities. From these two problems, we came up with a how might we question, in which we asked, how might we guarantee the parents to allow their daughters to participate in STEM activities so that their safety and future career is ensured? So we did some brainstorming together. After some discussion and votings, we came up with one solution, the robotic hand, which we call it the remote hand. Our prototype, the remote thing, will consist of two components. First of all, the robotic hand, which will be the one to carry out the task itself with great efficiency and precision. Then the users will wear a sensor control glove to control the activity of the hand. The hand will mimic every movement of the user in real time. Smart AI modules will also be installed to increase the efficiency of the hand, as they will be able to be more precise, run safety checks, and also prevent accidents. Our model will have an extendable wrist, just how like you would extend a tripod, and a rotating joint, so that it will be able to eliminate the need of humans of doing such activities. And with remote playing, the presentation within presentation, would you allow us to play a video to explain more about our prototype? Yes, okay. Hi. Promote something for you. Oh, there. Robot hand. There's a little robotic hand. Yes, one hand is there. Okay, I have the use of this thing. Well, and when they want to
my daughter. Oh, okay. I find this. Oh, okay. So here is the robotic arms. There are that how it works. Well, and you see there's a button, and you can I can pick up that bottle from here. Oh, okay, let's try. Something called. So, let me say, if my daughter is time activity in graduate, so my daughter will have a short distance with their practical thing. Then she still have to the practical also with the habit is very
Stop the video.
yeah.
Okay, so this is the end of our presentation. Thank you all for your attention, and we sincerely apologize if any mistakes or misunderstandings were made throughout our presentation. Thank you very much. So guys, now it's time for the judges.
Yang bahwa tidak mungkin anaknya beraktivitas di STEM seperti itu, bahwa dengan dengan role aplikasinya akan menjadi mengizinkan karena yang bergerak bukan lagi tangan kita tapi oke. Bagaimana model implementasi dan kemudian berhitung masalah efisiensi, efektivitas karena membuat untuk itu juga ternyata juga tidak sesimpel yang kita bayangkan dan ada banyak hal lagi seperti misalnya punya termasuk seperti itu. Oke, silakan.
Oke, buat stabilitas ya tadi. Jadi kita belum terlalu sempurna karena kita baru launching remote team ini baru saja kemarin. Dan kalau misalnya untuk dites lebih further, we can actually implement it in various like experiments, probably through lab tests, full trials, and etc. Through various perhaps tests within our schools, and even simply through other girls. Does that clarify your question?
Oke, saya kira cukup ya. Jadi mungkin ini menarik untuk diimplementasikan ya. Jadi sekarang mungkin seperti metaphor seperti itu saya implementasikan. Ya, mungkin itu cukup. Terima kasih.
First of all, kudos for the creative presentation format. And I have one suggestion and one reference for you. So number one, you framed the problem as STEM is dangerous and injury prone. But STEM is not only about working in labs or factories, right? So coding is not dangerous. So maybe you need to reframe the problem so that it includes only those kind of dangerous jobs. So number two, your prototype is the remote thing. Is it inspired by Wednesday? And I think you can reference, so this technology is not very new. So you can actually reference the remote surgery robot that's used in hospitals. So there are now Indonesia, I think, is importing this robotic hands to perform surgery remotely. So that in some cases where the doctor is not available on site, they can still perform surgery that are urgent. Thank you.
Setuju sebenarnya sebelumnya bahwa dari tadi penurunan dari problem statementnya sampai ke solusi yang ditawarkan itu sedikit kurang nyambung gitu karena injury-nya ini kan berarti kan hanya di bidang kimia gitu ya karena pekerjaan dispense itu nggak hanya terbatas di laboratorium gitu dan mungkin penggunaan ini jadi jatuhnya niche market karena spesifik banget bidangnya yang butuh teknologi seperti ini mungkin nanti di kedokteran ataupun di laboratorium gitu ya jadi mungkin lebih di elaborate lagi tadi dari statement problemnya sampai nanti untuk ini solusinya apa gitu ya dan teknologi ini idenya bagus banget kreatif banget tapi pada penerapannya tidak semudah itu dan mungkin biayanya juga besar karena robotik itu bukan sesuatu yang murah terutama untuk diimplementasi di Indonesia jadi mungkin kalian perlu lebih dalam lagi nanti untuk membuat robotik ini.
Sebenarnya untuk harga produksinya kita udah estimasi bisa kurang dari 1 juta buat buat di perkampungan gitu ya jadi paling nanti materialnya itu kita pakai kayu dan koneksinya kita pakai bluetooth jadi nggak terlalu mahal.
Jadi it depends on like the ada kualitas standar dan ada kualitas regulernya. Jadi yang standard itu yang bakal lebih mahal and will be made from alloy, the metal, the mixture of metals or like any other non-metals.
Menarik kalau cuma 1 juta, tapi sebagai orang yang bergerak di bidang teknologi, misal menghubungkan dari nanti robotik dari kayu terutama ya untuk ke mechanical, it's not that easy, apalagi nanti untuk ini ke remote things gitu. Jadi kayak kalian mesti explore lagi sih kebutuhannya apa aja untuk membuat sebuah sistem itu gitu ya. Karena robotik itu kan sesuatu yang kalian harus programming dulu dan itu nanti connect ke mechanical dunia seperti apa gitu ya. Nanti apalagi pakai kayu gitu. Sesuatu yang tetap butuh koneksi dari kayu itu nanti sampai ke remote. Gitu.
Thank you for feedback. What an incredible showcase! That was our final hit.
Let's have a round of applause for all the brilliant competing team.
We now invite the judges to discuss and determine the best team in room B101, and you will be escorted by Richard Hines.
For participants and attendees, you're welcome to take a short break. We will resume at 11. Take a short break in this room.
Explain to them. Kan tadi deadline itu jam 11 baru balik. Oke lah, cuacanya sampai 11:30 ya. Ya, dari itu loh. I think the audit system is so
Go to the bathroom. Please do so now because in 5 minutes there will be a keynote speaker.
Oh, langsung aja gitu.
Ya, kita udah tahu.
While waiting for the judges to discuss the result, let's listen to a keynote speech from Ms. Kunti Nandayani.
Session will be led by Ms. Sabina Wulandari.
I won't introduce her since I'm going to be showing you guys a video which will explain her better than me. So please give her a round of applause.
Kita menjadi berbeda. Dalam bidang yang dianggap terlalu berat hidup di gedung. Perempuan mampu mencapai puncak dan berbeda yang dinilai terlalu sulit untuk dilalui. Perempuan harus berani bermimpi, walau kadang dipandang mustahil untuk diraih. Mimpi tentang pendidikan tinggi, mimpi tentang puncak-puncak di bumi. Saya sudah memberi hati perjuangan, berpisah dari orang tua sejak anak-anak. Berusaha keras menuntut ilmu, hingga akhirnya bekerja di bidang finansial. Sebagai individu, sekat antara laki dan perempuan amatlah terasa. Namun di atas garis samudera, disitulah mental saya berkembang. Malah membuat saya kuat. Namun untuk menghadapinya, saya harus mulai mengerti latihan berat. Karena sebagai manusia ini, saya harus bisa berdiri tegak. Walau badai menyerang dan suhu dingin luar biasa yang memberikan jari dan wajah saya. Namun melalui jerih payah itu, satu persatu saya wujudkan diri saya untuk menjadi orang Indonesia serta perempuan Asia Tenggara pertama yang banyak dieksplorasi bangsa. Predikat yang disematkan pada mereka yang berhasil mendaki dan mencapai 7 puncak tertinggi di 7 benua serta menjelajah ke kutub utara dan kutub selatan. Saat ini, hanya sekitar 75 orang di dunia yang memiliki predikat tersebut, dan hanya 17 diantaranya perempuan. Sejauh ini, saya telah mengibarkan sampai putih di Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, Karsten Piramid di Papua, Indonesia, Elbrus di Rusia, Concagua di Argentina, Denali di Amerika, untuk Selatan, serta Vincent di Antartika. Selanjutnya, saya akan menyambangi Gunung Everest di perbatasan Nepal dan China, dan terakhir kutub utara. Semua itu bukanlah apa-apa dibandingkan impian terbesar saya. Menunjukkan ketertarikan anak perempuan untuk belajar dan berkarya di bidang-bidang yang dianggap non-konvensional. Melalui platform Jelajah Putih, saya sedang merintis program STEM Discovery Camp untuk menginspirasi anak-anak di kaki pegunungan, khususnya perempuan, di bidang sains, teknologi, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Agar mereka bisa menjadi putri-putri hebat lainnya yang kelak akan bekerja, berkuah, dan berbakti di dunia. Demi masa depan Indonesia. We need more. Ini agak jauh ya kita. Sebentar, karena kita adalah empowerment women, we take matters. We take things into our own matters. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, kita duduk aja ya. Ada yang masih perlu explanations about cookies. Oh, this is agak challenging my chair. But that's okay. Jadi, in a nutshell, I'm gonna let her introduce herself later. Yeah. An amazing woman. I'm so proud to be called one of my friends. Thank you. Oil and gas engineer. Tolong, jangan tertipu dengan penampilannya rambut glow dan skeletonnya ini. For 20 years experience as oil and gas engineer, kerja di and yes, that was her. 6 out of 7 science. Dan first Indonesian, ya, first Indonesian yang sampai ke South. Boleh dong sekali gitu. Ini bukan cuma masalah meninggalkan bendera summit. You're looking at resilience, you're looking at perseverance, you're looking at discipline, you're looking about bouncing back every time you want to quit. Because I'm sure there were times that you just want to calm down. Many times. I'm sure there were times you just want to, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this, etc. So today we're gonna have a conversation, santai aja, chill. Jadi kalau misalnya ada yang pengen punya pertanyaan dan segala macam, mau foto bareng boleh, boleh. Jadi, who's on these strangers?
hari ini kita memutuskan diri untuk deliver a message that good, because this might be something yang eye-opening. Mudah-mudahan parishes of minds is opening today dan menjadi options for pathways. Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. I'm so impressed with all of your presentations. As you can see in the video, I'm an engineer, also a mountaineer. So, engineer by profession and mountaineer by profession. And I would like to contribute a little bit to change here and there. So, this is what I call myself as a change maker. So again, as you can see in the video, well, I've been trekking, hiking, and doing mountaineering since I was 13 years old, actually. Back then I was a Girl Scout, so that was my first love to the mountain. And I was 13 years old in North Sumatra, in Singapore. Anyone knows? Well, one of the judges knows actually, because she was in North Sumatra recently. And then just like anything else, you know, like you always want something different, something bigger. So this went the tropical mountain to the ice and snowy mountain up to the South Pole in Antarctica. If you like outdoor, so this one or this one? Yeah, this is this one. If you love outdoor, you're probably knew a lot about my adventure, but if you don't, please feel free to follow me. I am in TikTok, Georgia Poetry, in Instagram as well. I don't think you all use Facebook here, but that's a lot about our generations. But yeah, please feel free to tell your parents probably that I'm also in Facebook. But here, I'm going to tell you just a little slide, the next one please, on how I'm going through my dual career in mountaineering and engineering. Yes, mountaineering, I call it my career as well. So I graduated from Universitas Indonesia, Fakultas Teknik. So I studied civil engineering and engineering faculty of the University of Indonesia. And then right after I graduated, I was very fortunate to be recruited by one of the best service companies in oil and gas. Schlumberger. So I started as a field engineer in drilling and formation evaluation. My first assignment was international mobile assignment in Qatar. So I spent probably 8 to 90% of my first 4 years as a field engineer in offshore rig and in the biggest gas field in the north of Qatar. Anyone has been there or travels or want to go there? Or at least knew about it because the World Cup was there? No? Yeah. So I spent 4 years in Qatar on the field. And after that, I got transferred to the US. My first assignment was in Oklahoma City as a field service manager on the same department, drilling and information evaluation. And then I got transferred again to Pittsburgh. So I spent about a little bit less than 2 years working in the US. And then I decided to resign and continue my master's degree in business administration. So I went to the University of Pittsburgh for my MBA. And after I finished my MBA, I come back to Indonesia and work for McKinsey and Company. So for those of you who want to work as a management strategy consultant, we could have a chat. And I'm going to be here until the whole day, basically. So feel free to mingle or just wherever you see me. Even with coffee or something, okay? So yeah, next please. After I spent a year at McKinsey in Jakarta, then I went back to Schlumberger, my previous company, and this time my assignment was interim auditor for 3 years, and then after that I became financial controller in Dubai. So I oversees over 20 countries in Middle East and Asia. And then after that, I get a 5-hour mountaineering bus, and for 35 days vacation a year is not enough, right? How many days vacation you get in the school? You get summer break, right? So it's like, what, 4 weeks summer break? It's been 2 months since I was in school.
Okay, so probably what, 2 months, 8 to 10 a year?
Yeah, there is a lot of days off. So enjoy yourself while you can, because once you become adult and full of responsibility, that's all you get. 35 days vacation in a year, right? So yeah, so since I get the high altitude mountaineering bug, so I resigned from my job, and then I spent a year climbing the mountains all over the world. Basically, I went to the US, to Mount Rainier, Mount Denali, and then I spent a month in up on three peaks between 5,000 to almost 7,000 meters above sea level. And then I thought, okay, climbing mountain is expensive, right? So I have to get back to work, but I do not want to go back to work where I only have 2 months vacation because I need some time for my mastering and passion. So what I did, I was back to the field again. So I became a field engineer again, the first job that I did after I graduated in drilling and measurement, but instead of full-time field engineer, I became full-time consultant. So the good thing about this job is that I could have a good schedule. Professional schedule is very common in oil and gas industry, especially when you work all the time in the middle of the sea. Initially, I got 6 weeks rotation, 6 weeks on and 3 weeks off rotation. And then after that, I moved to the operator, because Highschool is a service company, and operator basically a company like Chevron, Exxon, the company, right, the operator. To the clients, and I get a better schedule, 20 days, 4 weeks on, and then 4 weeks off. So that's how I want to do my dual career in engineering and mountain. So until now, I am still working as a drilling engineer. Again, project basis because I'm a consultant, but that allows me to continue both engineering and mountain. I'm not going to tell you my story, so I'll like you to just ask me questions and then we can discuss. So what's going?
Yes. Yes. I get probably.
So, your story just tell us that we don't have to choose. We can have it all. We just have to figure out how. And I think that's very inspirational how she managed to find her way around to balance between money making and pursuing your passion, which is very important. Once you get into South Pole and Antarctica, you'll find that it is very expensive. I can imagine. Therefore, if anyone has any questions or thoughts or comments, she's here. I don't know what good karma I did in the past that she was able to contribute 2 full days of our SheCodes workshop. So please, by all means, questions, comments, even if you can I take pictures with you now? That's okay too. Anyone? If not, then I'm going to be one asking, right? Anyone who wants to be engineer here? This is high school, right? Or close to engineering degree? Anyone? Oh, wow. This one? How about the rest? Two. Higher, please. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2. Engineering. Keep trying. Come on, don't be shy. Ladies, it's not about you. Okay. 4, 5. Awesome. I think we all should go not only engineering degree, but STEM specifically. And I would say that's probably the first reason why we didn't want STEM, right? Like the first reason, I don't know if it should be your first or not, but that's one of the very good reasons why we need more women in the STEM field. Because in the future, that fields are going to be the high-paying jobs. So economic-wise, even the government knows this, right? If you want to increase the GDP, then you cannot have only half population involved. That's why another half population, 50% of women, which probably some places a little bit more than 50% already, need to be involved in this field. So when I studied in the US, I got my MBA degree. So in the US, you have something called OPT. OPT is basically work permit after you graduate from your study in the US, right? But after that, the OPT is only 12 months. But for STEM field, it's 20 9 months. So more than 2 years that you can work just with this permit. So you don't need to worry about sponsorship from the company and actually get a good money for the first 2 years after you graduate, all right? So this is how important the STEM field is. So this is the future. That's another reason why you have to be STEM field, right? Not necessarily just the engineering, but anything. And I can tell from your presentation, I think you're all on the right path already from that one. So that's the first one. And then, any questions for now or comments now? No? Because, yeah, silakan. Yes, silakan. Yeah.
Okay, good morning, Bu Putri. I'm Mr. Ferry from BINUS Serpong. I have your story, your life story is so amazing. So, from my point of view, there are so many high standard, high expectations. Like, female in oil and gas is not easy, of course, right? And based on your story yesterday, also I heard that it's not easy. Of course, I'm just thinking, is there any challenges that you face, and then how you overcome them? Then maybe a lesson for young students here. And then after that, strategy is also not everybody from people, even though oil and gas, even though male, that good can be accepted in somebody. That's also, and then that's the second I see is there will be something value that you have it. So somebody see on that. And then the third, all the oil and gas is all somebody and somebody again. So that will be something crazy. Why somebody or maybe and then how I'm pretty sure the moments from you are in oil and gas quite long in somebody there will be up and down. I'm not sure whether it's always up or something like that. And then that's the fourth is like you decided to move not from the technical parts, right, to taking your MBA. It's not easy when you're turning, when the age and the things that you already have, it's not easy to have it, right? So I think we also need to, for myself, I also want to hear what, is there any support you, maybe the supporting system that support you to decide from the oil and gas to move. And then finally, you said that the last is about the double career of the mountaineer. So everything that you did in your life is so amazing, so brilliant. So it's not easy, not to even from.
Because that's the only part that I don't check.
Yeah. But if we see the story from several months again, your health and I feel fit also very, very amazing for me as a parent. So, I don't have that challenge. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Papeli. Can we go to the trifecta? The trifecta. This one, yes. So, I would like to answer Papeli's question by this Daniel Pink's motivational trifecta. Who ever seen this or heard about this or seen the YouTube about this? No. So this is basically the trifecta that I really like to talk about. It's all about motivation, what actually drives you to do things, right? So the first one is the autonomy. I translate that into passions, right? To be able to do what you like to do, what you're passionate about, something, right? So for me, mountaineering, as I said before, I've been doing that since I was a kid. It's not like I'm not hooked right away into mountaineering, I would say, because initially, of course, just like any other kids, I like to play Bakali. I don't know if anyone play that anymore now. Like a lot of sports or even just like any games that I normally play as a kid, right? But when I get into Girl Scouts, I'm actually hooked into that mainly because other people and apparently I love going outdoor. I find it very delight, right? But there's something about passion. You never know which one really hooked you, right? And it's never been one. It could be like, I don't know, you like coding and then you like dancing. And I did that too. Even when I was in the high school, I was still in the dancing extracurricular, right? And you don't need to choose, you could do all, but at the you need to prioritize, right? Because you have limited time, so you can't do everything. You have one or two where you really like it and you think you could do well. So this is where the second drawback come in, right? The mastery, because once you pick that one or two things that you're really good at and you really like, then you could focus on that, then you will find out. As you get better at something, it's very, very important. I was just telling Miss Sherry earlier here, I forgot what we talk about, but we talk about English. So my English was really good. I grew up in North Sumatra. We are not like the people in Jakarta, where when I went to Universitas Indonesia, I found all of my friends already at, I don't know what you call that, Lia, the conversational level at Lia, right? Because English as an extracurricular was very common in Jakarta, but it wasn't like that in the area, right? So I don't speak English very well when I get into the University of Indonesia, and in fact, when I get recruited by Selangor, they told me straight, your English was the worst when I thought. So you have 6 months to prove yourself. So either you're in or you're out. And that was my welcome to Selangor. But then, of course, I'm curious. So why didn't you pick me then? If my English is so bad, and there was another 11 people way better than me, I knew that because on the last phase of the interview, there were 2 of us, and we get in touch in Yahoo group. That's a lot to get about the junior medicine. No, I don't know if any of you knows maybe please Yahoo group, but it's something like a WhatsApp that we do conventional, right? You probably don't see that. So from this 12, we all knew that I was the first to get called and get recruited and get international assignment, which is at the time the highest contract at Selangor. So I've the recruiter said, I've never seen a female president in engineering school. So when I was in University of Indonesia, I was actually the first president in on the executive board in the whole Fakultas Teknik Universitas Indonesia. So that's the only thing, because I wanted to mention this because, well, I mentioned something really good earlier. It's all not just about the engineering mountaineering, but she pointed out about resiliency. I barely speak English when I joined Selangor. My first time went to the rig, my manager was from Nigeria. So, and the accent is very difficult, right? So it was telling me a lot of stuff. It was like just so overwhelming. And finally I was like, okay, so when I'm going to the rig, and it was like, oh God, okay, I am going to the rig tomorrow. That was very hard, you can imagine, right? But a lot of people are very nice and very helpful, actually. And actually, the best explained to me what I should do was the driver. Because as an engineer, they provide a driver who will pick you up from the staff house and then go to the heliport. And then from the heliport, then of course we fly the helicopter to the rig, right? Oh, that's the fancy thing why you need to go to engineering or STEM field. Sometimes we go to the office by helicopter. We don't do public transport, right? Yeah. And then come again to the third trifecta, the purpose, right? So this is probably the highest level of fulfillment. Like I said, like you're so fulfilled when you could do your passion, and as you get better at it, you will be more fulfilled about it. But the highest of fulfillment is when you don't actually have to focus on whatever you're doing. So in the video earlier, you probably see that STEM discovery camps that I'm trying to do for the kids around the mountain, and that is really fulfilling. I'm very happy. Actually, Prof. Mula invited me only for the first day to be a keynote speaker. So that first 1 hour, and then I said like, oh, can I come for the whole 3 days? You know I am way beyond whatever you invited, but if it's okay, then I would like to be there, because to be with you guys, it is very energized, and everyone I talked to felt the same. Yeah, not only that we felt younger, see a lot of good ideas like you presented earlier. That is really refreshing, and there's a lot of hope that we could see on you, right? So it's the same thing when I go to the schools around the mountain. It's even way more fulfilling. So one of that program is very, this is just like one of the a small part of what I'm trying to do. And I'm actually so happy because I saw your presentation. Yesterday, I saw the mapping of what I'm trying to do to Woolen. And so I have like this a phase from 0 years old until professional, right? If you've heard about the linking pipeline on the STEM field, right? Initially, when we were kids, there were a lot of girls who liked the STEM kind of activities or subject. And then after that, when we become, teenagers, whatever happening around us, somewhat filtered us, right? So actually from 13 years old, it gets smaller, yeah. When we go to university again, and then in the professional world, similar to mountaineering, the higher you go. So on each of these phases, I have a few research. So one you see on the video, it was just one of the STEM discovery camp. And on that, I'm trying to develop book and animation movie and also movie. So that hopefully represent, I think many of you said before, because we do need role model. It's easier to see yourself in it when you see someone already done that, right? So I'm hoping by having the children book, the novel, the movie, I'm working on original documentary movie and animations as well. Hopefully by having that, then we could have more considerations on women in engineering, or I just call it like non-conventional fields, right? And also I'm developing the STEM discovery kit. It's basically, I don't know which group want to have like a coding game. Yeah, so it's not the game, but I have a physical kit, right? The physical toys that focusing on STEM, right? And again, based on my adventures as well, because if you look at an adventure, you go to Antarctica, you see so much ice, but it's actually, and if you go in December, in summer, it's 6 months daylight. So the sun is 24 hours all the time, but how come the ice is not melting? At least what you can see, right? Even though we all know the ice is melting. So even throughout all of this adventure, you could find a lot of STEM aspects. So the STEM activities kit that I developed is actually based on a lot based on the adventures as well. So hopefully, and I will do competition too on that. So I will come again. So hopefully someone's going to join that to have the STEM activity kit. And also the similar thing, I think one of you call it a blue mine. Which group was that? Blue mine? About career. The third group, I think, right? Group 3 or group 2? Yeah. So I'm also trying to develop something like that. I call it, so the whole thing called Jelajah Putri STEM Journey. So that the STEM discovery camp for the kids. And then for the high school, university student, and young professional, I have something that I call career ready. Career ready. So it's very similar to that. The only thing that I was saying that not the only thing. There's 2 things that I do not have in my mapping from your presentation. The first one is the STEM lab, the mobile STEM lab. That was the first group, right? Was that? Oh, yeah. Well, I will work together with them. I'll work together with them. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Of course, I'll call you to work it out together, but that's very interesting because, again, exactly like what you said, right? The unequal access, not everyone has that, right? And especially on that, and the reason why I focus on the schools around the mountains because there's not much infrastructure and access to learning. So that I didn't have in my mapping that I should learn yesterday. To work with you. And then the other one is the what's that? The mental health thing, Blue Mind, I think. Blue Mind. Was that the I'm the last woman was them. Oh, yeah. No, something about like, as a woman, most, uh, uh, often you don't feel like you belong in the boys' club, so that you need a counselor to help you out. Like I'm not that, so that I don't have, but I think it's really good idea with some refinement and a tailored, approach probably, like the judges, I saw they have a few suggestions. That is really good because that's another reason why we need more women on the field, because you want to feel belong. You want to talk to someone who has gone through a similar experience. That is very important. I don't know yet what to do with that, but I think it's really good idea.
Well, then, round of applause for ourselves.
Thank you so much, quickly. I think, well, she touched base on some of your ideas. For those of you who think you want to, begin your own platform, I think I specifically mentioned yesterday as well. A competition is a competition. That's one thing. But once your purpose in life is defined, you really don't have to be judged by anyone else. You can just start yourself. And I think this is also a compliment you should give to yourself because you may not realize it, but sharing your ideas today, you might have inspired people. Well, Putri and one. You might have, defined that missing puzzle. And one thing for sure, by doing so, by inspiring others, you have touched a lot. Can you give yourself a tap on the shoulder?
Okay, we don't have much time because I see that the judges have returned.
But again, she's gonna be here through and through, coffee, lunch break, everything. If you feel you're too shy to ask questions now, but you want to do it, you want to approach her personally, by all means. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And then I'm ready for the government. And I think I can give it back to MC. MC.
Very okay. Thank you.
Every single team here today is incredible and deserves to be celebrated. Your passion and innovation have been truly inspiring. And now, judges will announce the winners. Post Society Digital Leadership Academy Batch 2. We invite the judges to come on the stage.
Tapi dari 5 kelompok tadi sangat menakjubkan untuk ide-idenya yang bahkan ada beberapa yang belum pernah saya dengar sebelumnya dan sangat menarik untuk kita bisa implementasikan. Mungkin nanti ada beberapa masukan dari rekan-rekan juri yang lain, mungkin sampai dari saya adalah ada beberapa ide yang bisa kita combine dan kita bisa poles lagi seperti ini, mungkin mempertimbangkan aspek yang satu dengan yang lain. Saya tidak bicara spesifik salah satu, tapi mungkin lebih ke menyeluruh. Jadi ada beberapa ide yang mungkin ini perlu dari masukan, jadi kita perlu poles dan ketika sudah ada masukan yang bisa atau saran yang diinvestasikan ke produk atau teknik, jadi ada di semua sudah kerjakan dan itu mungkin tentunya akan menjadi lebih baik ke depannya. Dan salut sekali buat ada di semuanya, tepuk tangan sekali lagi. Dan inovasinya tidak berhenti hanya sampai di sini, jadi tidak hanya terus pada posisi toh kita ada kegiatan dari SheCodes seperti di sini, nanti harusnya oke. Jadi tentunya bisa dikembangkan lagi, dituangkan atau disampaikan ke rekan-rekan yang lain. Jadi bukan hanya teman-teman yang ada di sini yang bisa menikmati atau mendapatkan experience seperti ini. Itu saja mungkin tambahan dari silakan. Terima kasih.
This is my first time judging high school students, and I find that every group here is very outstanding and actually almost equally outstanding. So whatever the result is for today, rest assured that you are few of the best Indonesian youth that I've ever met so far. And I believe that your innovation ideas are actually better compared to most university students. And I would love to actually see you actually transform your ideas into reality. And on that note, should you need any inputs or guidance, I will be more than happy to assist you if possible. And of course, if you're interested. And to end my feedback, congratulations to everyone for performing your very best.
Sebelum saya mengumumkan pemenangnya, saya mau menginformasikan dulu bagaimana kami bertiga menilai kalian semua. Jadi yang pertama kita menilai dari delivery, how you present, how is your eye contact to all the audience and the judges also ya. Kemudian content and organization dari semua materi yang kalian sampaikan, dan antusias dari audiens seperti apa. Kemudian juga kita melihat originality dari ide-ide kalian. Dan yang terakhir, innovation toward the problem solving. Apakah ide yang kalian sampaikan itu betul-betul bisa diimplementasikan untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang ada di problem statement tadi. Dan berdasarkan penilaian kami bertiga, posisi kelima ada dari Jubilee School. Yang keempat, sekolah Pelita Harapan. Untuk yang karir garis nomor 3 dengan skor 81,4 ada dari BINUS School Simpro. Untuk yang mobile games nomor 2 SMA PGRI Cibinong dengan 81,4. Jadi tipis sekali ya, dengan juara 3 tadi 81,4, juara 2-nya 81,46. Nomor 1-nya BINUS School Serpong dengan nilai 81,9. Berdasarkan penilaian kami, kenapa tadi yang juara satunya Mobile STEM Lab? Karena pertama, ide ini paling mudah untuk diimplementasikan dan memang paling berdampak, gitu ya. Jadi kebetulan tadi Mbak Putri sudah punya ide itu dan saya dari Indosat, saya sedang running mulai bulan November ini ada 3 mobil keliling Sumatera untuk mengimplementasikan ini. Mungkin nanti kita bisa collect untuk idenya. Tapi mobil yang saya gerakan ini tidak sefancy prototipe kalian tadi dari bis. Saya cuma menyediakan Grand Max. Itu akan keliling Sumatera mulai bulan November ini sampai ke kecamatan level. Gitu. Jadi nanti kita bisa koleksi ya. Mbak Putri juga untuk Sumatera Utaranya kita garap bareng. Oke, untuk nomor 2, tadi kenapa SMA PGRI? Karena digital ecosystem apps-nya tadi prototipenya bagus banget. Ini akan lebih bagus lagi kalau bisa di-collect sama tadi yang career guide website. Gitu ya. Ini kalian akan jadi fenomenal banget apps-nya kalau misalnya ini di-collect nih bareng. Jadi aplikasinya udah jadi, tapi mungkin idenya nanti untuk konsultasi karir seperti apa. Jadi nggak cuma masalah bullying atau mental isu gitu ya, tapi bisa menjadi nanti guidance untuk karir website sama nanti mentoring youth women seperti kalian untuk jadi the next leader, gitu ya. Jadi mungkin di sini ada Mbak Putri dan saya salah satu contoh yang sudah berkecimpung di dunia nyata, di dunia yang penuh laki-laki, kita membuktikan bahwa kita bisa. Itu aja dari saya, terima kasih.
Kindly invite Mr. Samuel Wahab to handle the prize for the first winning team. Please come to the stage. For the first place winner, please go up and take a picture. Before taking a picture, Mr. Council will be giving the gifts.
All right, okay.
One for your gifts and also take a picture. All together, come to the front, please. Congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations participated today. Your hard work and visionary ideas have inspired us all. May this achievement be the first step towards real contribution to the world of technology and education. So before we take a break, we will now hear a closing message from Ms. Yunong Pamaria as the chair of SheCodes Society, who will share her reflections and hopes for us all. Please give her a warm round of applause. Okay, thank you so much for today, especially for our judges. Kak Putri as well, thank you so much for being with us, yeah, for 2 days, the whole days. Kak Putri been here for Wednesday and Friday, yeah. Okay. How do you feel now? Lega, senang, ketemu teman ya, senang ya. Okay. From the event, I hope everyone here not stopping just at the event. Yeah, your idea was so great, and I even impressed. Yeah, you have very original idea. I hope that we can continue this idea, this activity, yeah, for other community as well. So please keep in touch. Please keep making change, making impact for the better our world. Okay. Okay. From me, I would like to thank everyone to support this event, and let's see each other again in our next event. Thank you. Okay, now Sarah will be relaying the token as appreciation for the judges. Judges, can you please come up? Thank you, judges. Then will continue with the policy roundtable for invited guests only. To the rest of the audience, allow us to conclude the SheCodes Society Goes to School series of events in Serpong today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have gathered not only to learn together, but also to unite energies for the bright future of Indonesia's young generation. Thank you for the enthusiasm, ideas, and extraordinary participation from all participants. May what we begin today be the first step towards creating positive change, not only for ourselves, but also for our environment and nation. And before we conclude the event, we kindly ask for your willingness to fill out the feedback form provided by the QR code displayed on the screen. Your input will be valuable for us to continue improving and presenting better events in the future. With heartfelt gratitude, we bring this morning's event to a close. We hope to see you next time. Work with us and let's continue. So we will now take a break for lunch and Friday prayer. We're going to continue at 1:30 in B101. Thank you, everyone. Please fill out the QR code for your study guide. Teman yang student dan teacher boleh ngambil konsumsi, terus
kita kalau mau foto-foto silakan di sini karena setelah ini kami akan ada event yang lain tapi untuk partner kami dari industri. Boleh ini masih stage buat kita sampai jam 12. Oh ya silakan filling up the feedback form dulu. Ya kalau ini salah untuk daftar itu kalau ada yang nanti. Untuk tim Serpong nanti ikut ini.